Hey guys, so this is episode 3 of my vlog series that I'm going to be talking about my League of Legends journey and what I'm learning, what I'm working on, all that sort of good stuff. So I'm Jack, or Jasterjinx is my summoner name, and as I explained in my last video, I play Diana. I am in the MLS, which is a coaching program for mid lane players, and yeah, I've been there for about 2 or 3 months, and since joining that program, I started playing Diana in the mid lane. The reason I started playing Diana was because in the MLS, the mid lane school run by Coach Curtis, there are a number of champions that they have decided they are relatively simple and they'll help you pick up the game more quickly than a complex champion like Akali, who I used to play before joining the MLS. And essentially, this is just the reason having a simple champ like Diana will help is because you pick up the champion, their abilities, their identity, how they like to play the game pretty quickly, as opposed to a more complex champ like Akali, who'll take a bit longer to get used to all their nuanced features in her kit and how she likes to play and how you interact with other champions in the game. And the quicker you can speed up that learning process of just getting to know what your champion likes to do, does, all the abilities and so on, the quicker you learn that, the quicker you can start learning more complex things about the game, like wave management, matchup knowledge, roaming, timers, and all that sort of stuff. So that's the reason I switched. And Diana's obviously quite a simple champ in the mid lane. She's quite linear. You have certain reference points where you know what you want to do, and once you know them, learning her as a champion becomes a lot more straightforward. So that's the reason I switched to her, and I've been playing her in the mid lane for about 3 months now, and it's been going pretty well. For context, when I first joined the MLS, I was in Bronze 4, and since joining, I think I've played about 200 games, probably just over 200 games of Diana. So yeah, that's quite a lot of games, and I've been playing Diana mid lane obviously, and been secondarying her in the jungle as well. So some of those games are in the jungle, but by far and away the majority are in the mid lane. And in that time, you may think, okay, you've played 200 games on Diana, you've probably seen some incredible results, you've climbed really, really fast, everyone tells you to one trick champions all the time. And that hasn't quite been the case. In fact, up until about 2 weeks ago, I was still in Bronze 4 and I hadn't climbed at all, despite having something like 150 games on Diana. But despite that, I don't think you can look at rank alone to determine how much you've learned. And as I have learned in the past few weeks, there are other ways to measure how much you're actually improving. For example, I'm just a lot more confident when I play Diana now. I know our limits a lot more when I play against people. I get a lot more kills in my games these days, and I'm learning how to convert those leads into wins. But it takes a lot of games essentially to get really proficient on a champion and learn it. And learning those and learning your champion and then learning your fundamentals after you've got a bit of champion mastery is really important. And I think I'm really starting to see the value in one tricking a champion in order to learn the game, because I still consider myself to be very, very new at this, and I'm still learning a lot. Like, I'm only in Bronze 2 at the moment, and there's been a lot of ups and downs to get here, but there's definitely a lot to be said. And I don't think I would have got to this point where I am now without one tricking a champion with a relatively simple identity like Diana. I think I'd probably still be in Bronze 4 if I was playing Akali, because she's significantly more complicated. So yeah, my advice would be, if you are in sort of a lower elo, like anywhere from sort of iron to silver, sort of probably try really simplify your pool. Really try and pick a simple champion like a Diana and focus on some really core concepts to that champion. So for example, Diana really likes to hold the wave on her own side and take short burst trades onto the enemy champion, because she is an AP assassin. She wins really heavily in burst trades against a lot of champions, but she might lose in extended trades against like other assassins. So holding the wave on your side lets you take short burst trades and get back out to the safety of your turret. So that's just one thing. And then high value Qs is another really important concept on her. And what a high value Q is when you use your Q to hit both the wave, the enemy wave, to thin it, to CS, and also to harass the enemy champion. And you do that simultaneously, and that's why it's called high value, because you're essentially hitting two birds with one stone. And there's a few concepts like that you only get through practice. For example, another skill is like skirmishing. You only get really, really good at skirmishing with a champion after getting in lots of different situations, practicing a bunch, dying a lot, and experimenting, learning, watching high-low players at VODs in different situations, and really getting into the details and trying to learn your champion as best you can. So if you are in a sort of lower elo, like myself, Iron, Bronze, Silver, and so on, definitely check out simpler champions, like if you're into Assassins, Diana, Echo, that sort of thing. And then if you're a mage, I don't know, like Annie and Malzahar, those sorts of characters, you know, really try and get into these details. It really helps me. Reviewing VODs, spending a couple of minutes reviewing your laning phase is really, really important. And then once you start getting your laning phase a bit more under control, you start getting those consistent leads in lane, then you can start reviewing maybe mid-game skirmishes, reviewing what decision making is like in terms of going to team fights, catching a wave in the side lane, or grouping to siege and all that sort of juicy stuff. That can come after you've started getting consistent results in lane. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about in this quick video. I'll maybe go into a bit more detail in the next one on more specifics. But yeah, at the moment I'm sitting in Bronze 2, which is the highest I've ever been. I got here a couple of days ago. Really enjoying my journey right now. Getting a lot of kills in my games and seem to be converting a lot of leads into victories at the moment, which comes after a lot of reviewing of both my laning phase and the mid-game decision making. So yeah, I'll keep you updated. I'll make another video in the next few weeks, and we'll see how it goes. Good luck on your games, and yeah, catch you in the next one, guys. See you soon. Bye.